Pro football season's over, but there's a new game in town. Major sports franchises are shopping for brand new stadiums. Las Vegas is offering a whopping $750 million in public money to lure the Oakland Raiders. St. Louis lost the NFL Rams to Los Angeles, where the city dangled a new $2.6 billion stadium as incentive. Most of those big stadiums come with taxpayer subsidies, and what do the taxpayers get? Lisa Fletcher takes a look.
Lois Linton may be the St. Louis Rams' biggest fan.
That is Marshall Faulk.
Except there are no St. Louis Rams. The Rams moved to Los Angeles last year, even after St. Louis promised to spend more than $300 million tax dollars on a brand new stadium to replace one only 20 years old.
It's heart-wrenching because the city not only loses the team, but they lose all of that out-of-town revenue coming in. It's a no-win situation when you lose a team.
On the other side of town, on the other side of an economic divide,
there are a lot of broken promises.
Jeanette Mott Oxford is director of Empower Missouri. She did not join the cheering section, pushing for tax dollars for sports stadiums, when the people of St. Louis were facing critical shortfalls.
I had been at our city, St. Louis City Department of Public Health, and found that almost all of the elevators in the building were not working at that point. And I thought, wait, we can't repair the elevators in our health department, but we can give money to millionaires and billionaires, and it just incensed me.
Oxford and two other activists took the issue to court to force a public vote before public money could be spent on a stadium. A key argument? Those rosy forecasts of revenue growth from team backers have no basis in fact. A Stanford University study comes to the conclusion that sports stadiums do not boost the local economy. In fact, it points out that St. Louis is still paying for a stadium used now for car shows and an occasional concert. Oxford also cites a Federal Reserve study.
That the Federal Reserve Bank showed that in Ohio, where some publicly funded stadiums had been created, that each job that was created cost over $300,000. Their Department of Economic Development normally spent less than $7,000 to create a job. So that's an incredible waste of public money.
I look at sports as a way to grow a region.
Benjamin Hockman writes a sports column for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
For me, there's few things more important than having big sports in a big town. And I'm not denying that our city and many cities have many issues.
Hockman is doubling down on the tax gamble. Not only did he want the city to spend to keep the Rams and the Cardinals, he's supporting a new Major League Soccer stadium near Union Station downtown.
This being your hometown, you knew how hard it was on sports fans here when the Rams left. Despite everything fans went through, you wrote a column that supported the use of taxpayer subsidies to continue to pay for athletic venues here in St. Louis. Why'd you do that?
They're going to take $60 million of the public money. Yes, there's going to be taxes, there's going to be jobs, there's a lot. And like we talked about, sometimes that doesn't work out in cities.
I think there's this little group of folks that stands to gain from the project that are super fans of bringing soccer to St. Louis, professional soccer, and they're determined to make this deal happen some way.
Sports fans in St. Louis are no strangers to defeat.
If the team doesn't make money, then they'll go to another venue, they'll move on.
The Rams had their run for a while, it's bittersweet, but, kind of happy to see them go. Let them go be somebody else's problem now.
Sports are designed to break your heart, but that's on the field. And here was a situation where the guy took St. Louis's team, left, and kicked the city in the teeth hard. Like, we needed a lot of dental work after that one.
Refuse to lose fight.
Lois Linton knows the odds are long, but part of being a fan is having faith.
I love football. Don't ask me why. I don't know, but I always have. And it just pains me terribly that I may never get to see another live NFL game.
Aw, I hope she gets to see a game.
I do too. St. Louis is going to vote on that proposed new soccer stadium on April 4th.
All right, Lisa, thanks.